I mean, how do you improve on an already timeless and iconic sneaker? You hand them over to Nike's skateboarding division. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. For today's video, we've got a very special pair of sneakers to unbox, review, and of course see on the toe with a myriad of different bottoms. These are the Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy. But just before we jump into it, I did want to let you know that I do have a clothing brand entitled Locust&WildHoney Clothing, which you will be seeing here today paired with the sneakers. But in addition to that, I did want to encourage you to go ahead and follow the Instagram account LWH Clothing to stay up to date with the latest drops, releases, and news, but also because we regularly do fundraisers as well as giveaways as a way to give back not only to you, my incredible community, but also to bless others outside of this little streetwear bubble. And now with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into the topic at hand, which are these beautiful Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy. The Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy released on March 18th exclusively at select skate shops. There is a future release on sneakers with no date confirmed, but the rumor is that they're going to drop sometime in April. The retail for them was $225, same as a pine green pair, and apart from being presented in the special cream Nike SB Jordan 4 box, it's a pretty straightforward unboxing wrapped in a ton of tissue paper. Now, as many of you guys are probably well aware, Jordan 4's original purpose and function was to be a basketball shoe to actually be worn on court, and that's how it remained through the 80s. But after decades and decades of technological advancements, it's been rendered to become a daily lifestyle shoe, a collector shoe, and a shoe that you'd be wearing casually. But once Nike SB got their hands on them, repurposed the shoe altogether, the intention was to remake this shoe into a skate shoe, a rather expensive one, but a skate shoe nonetheless. The Nike SB version of the Jordan 4 sees upgrades to everything from the softness of the cushioning around the ankle. It's very soft. It's got some extra padding there. Enhancements to the leather softness, at least relative to other Jordan 4s that have released recently. The overall shape does pay homage to the original Jordan 4s. In addition, the foam that comprises the midsole on this SB Jordan 4 is quite a bit softer and less dense, allowing for a little bit more impact protection and a little bit of extra softness. Now with the forefoot, they actually went ahead and removed the air sole unit, which is a little bit more conducive to skating because it allows for a little bit extra board feel. And actually the gum portions of the outsole is actually done with intention. Here at the gum portions, we have a little bit of softer rubber, which actually reacts and sticks to the grip tape a little bit better, again, allowing for more board control. Almost forgot to mention, but moving right back to the upper, we do have a heel tab as well as the wings being comprised of rubber rather than the standard TPU material we see on other Jordan 4s. Having that extra elasticity is actually quite nice because you don't feel quite as caged in and entrapped and encased in the shoe, which is why I think they did go with rubber. But in addition to that, the rubber parts should be able to withstand a little bit more wear and tear from the grip tape. Now, if you are wondering about sizing, I do suggest taking your true to size that you normally take in Jordan 4s. I have seen some people mention potentially taking a half size up due to the fact that the SB version does have quite a bit more padding, especially around the ankle area. My pine greens are 9. I did elect to test that theory by going with the 9.5 in these navies. And between the two, I do prefer the size 9 pine green in relation to sizing, so take that with a grain of salt, because if you do have a wider foot, I might consider going a half size up. But for a majority of people, whatever you take in Jordan 4s, just go true to size of that. You should be good to go. But yeah, man, that essentially sums up the sneakers in their totality. If you did have any specific questions or concerns or comments, go ahead and make your thoughts known in the comment section below. I will be answering them to the best of my capability. But I did want to go ahead and talk about these sneakers from the lens of comparison, because it's been kind of like a common theme here, and rightly so, because there are another pair of Nike SB Jordan 4s, that being the pine green that released a couple years ago, that many called sneaker of the year. And while I would probably agree with that assessment, that doesn't necessarily make this sneaker here the sneaker of the year for this year. In my opinion, the pine green Jordan 4 look better through and through. First reason being is that the upper does predominantly have almost like an eggshell off-white hue of yellowish tint for the white upper, which in my opinion looked really nice and played well with the pine green colorway that they did go with. In addition to that, this was the OG, the first version of the shoe, which makes it, in my opinion, a little bit better. And finally, overall, during the time of this sneaker's release, Jordan 4s were really starting to kind of take the main stage at the time. Ones were really the ones that were it. Right now, all of the sneaker market is pretty much diluted, and that doesn't take away from the sneakers in particular, but it does slightly take away from the aura or like the velour of why this shoe was so good in that time span. Also, something that is kind of leeching away a little bit of the aura from this specific color blocking is the fact that last year we did get the military blues, which in my opinion doesn't come close in terms of comfort or quality, but more or less does do the same job. It retails for less and resells for less, so that in my opinion is something to take into consideration as well. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that take, and I'm probably going to be in the vast minority, but from a straight practicality standpoint, in light of all of the sneakers that came before it, I don't think that there is a strong enough case to justify paying resale for the Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy in light of the fact that you can get the military blue so much cheaper, or you can splurge a little bit and go ahead and get a colorway that in my opinion is a little bit better. But for retail, if you can get these for retail, then it's a great purchase. The color blocking is very good. As I already mentioned, but I did want to reiterate, it is a true white that is on the navy blue, a grayish white on the military blue, and on the pine green you do have that off-white. I just don't want you guys to go ahead and pay resale for this shoe and expect one thing but get another. It's a clean shoe. It is an absolutely clean shoe, excellent color blocking, and is a more comfortable take on an iconic sneaker. But if you have these here, again, I just don't know if you necessarily need these. But with that to say, I did want to go ahead and segue over to seeing them on the toe styled with different styles of bottom. I generally always get flame because I tend to lean more into baggier pants. So we're going to go ahead and start with some skinnies. These skinnies are part of Minimal's new denim line. If you are interested in them, go ahead and use my code Paul20 at checkout to save yourself an extra 20%. But yes, these are on the skinnier side. They have been re-engineered to feature a little bit of extra spandex to have a little bit of more pliability or elasticity, and finish down to the ankle with a very, very slim finish. The positives about this style of denim is the fact that you can see the sneaker in its totality, but the negatives are pretty much everything else. No, I'm just kidding. But I personally am not quite as comfortable in very tight pants. But for the sake of accommodating everybody across the styling spectrum, here's another pair of slim denim that do finish with a boot cut, again from Minimal, remaining slim all the way through to the knee and finishing with a little bit of a flare down to the ankle. Now, if your intention is to go ahead and show the sneaker in its totality, I'd probably skip on this pair. And if you want to ride the wave of trends, go ahead and pick yourself up some baggy pants. These are also from Minimal and are known as the raw baggy denim. Fit relaxed all the way throughout, featuring a longer rise, ample room, and do slightly cover the sneaker, but allow these last two pairs to be that happy medium that allows for the pants to be more on the trendy side but still kind of feature sneaker, beginning with the Locust&WildHoney denim, which is comprised of a custom fit fabric and tech pack that I personally worked on myself. It does feature a longer rise, relaxed through the thigh, down through the knee, featuring a very subtle boot cut finish. I literally, no exaggeration, wear these jeans at least 5 times a week. I find them to be the happy medium of being comfortable as well as very complimentary, and there are still a few sizes in both colorways, so be sure to go ahead and check that out. Now, probably the denim that I think will accommodate the most amount of people, this is a standard pair of straight denim, also part of Minimal's new line. This pair of denim is going to fit relaxed to the thigh, nice amount of room down through the knee, finishing with a very, very subtle taper. This allows the sneaker to not be fully covered, while the pant just kind of stacks on top of the shoe, putting on display your brand new Nike SB Jordan 4s. But among all these styles of different pairs, which of these do you prefer most? How do you style your Jordan 4s? I'd be interested in hearing in the comments down below. But with that, that is where I'm going to land this proverbial plane. My opinions are, if you already own the military blues, can you genuinely tell the difference, especially if you wear baggy pants, between these sneakers here and the new Nike SB Jordan 4s? That is why, in my opinion, I probably wouldn't suggest paying a resale. For retail, they're definitely a go. It is a very clean sneaker and a very comfortable take on an already beautiful silhouette, timeless one at that. But again, please do make your thoughts known in the comments below. And as always, I'd like to thank you guys so much for continuing to support me here on the channel, as well as in the form of my businesses, Locust&WildHoney and Aura Watch. And with that, I wish you all the best day and many, many blessings to you and your families. I'll see you guys again in the next upload. Peace and be blessed.